Good morning, everyone. I am just on my way to work. I'm going to put in a full day today. I worked from home yesterday and it was a complete gong show. The reason I worked from home was because we have an invisible fence for our dog and it works off of a GPS, and it's been really spotty in terms of whether it's working or not, like whether it's connected. And so the people at Invisible Fence came out to have a look at it. So that's why I was from home, so I could be there for that. But a million other things happened. So the house that we moved into was my father-in-law's. He had a bunch of antique furniture that he didn't want to take with him that he's selling. And the people that bought it, some antique flipper people, I guess you can call them, they came to pick that furniture up yesterday. So that was a gong show because it was just a mess. And on top of that, the power went out for like an hour and a half. And my job is completely digital, which means that when the power goes out, I am basically a stick in the mud. I can't do anything. So that was, a very unproductive day yesterday. Very much constant interruptions, and it was exhausting. So we are headed to the office, going to get a full productive day in. I'm really excited for this vlog because, as I've mentioned, like on Instagram and stuff like that, I finally think, like, fingers crossed, Diesel and I are out of our slump. Fingers crossed. I think the reason we've finally been able to get out of our slump, like, for one, no slump is ever going to last forever, right? Like, I knew with time we would get out of it. But a second reason I think we're out of it is thanks in part to drills. So for those of you who don't know, I used to barrel race, and barrel racers have 1,000,001 drills, both on and off the barrel pattern, that they use to pattern their horses, keep their horses in shape, keep their horses sharp, all those things. When I moved to the reining, horse showing kind of world, like, I have not found, like, hey, this is a reining drill you can do. Like, yes, they have skills that they work on, but there's no, like, this drill will help you work on this. This drill helps with this. This drill will help build this skill. Like, there's none of that as far as I can see, and I don't know why. Maybe it's just a terminology thing. Like, barrel racers call them drills, horse show reining people call them something else. I don't know. Like, I'm still pretty new to reining, but it occurred to me, I'm like, it works really well for barrel racing. Like, I successfully patterned junior for barrel racing without having any experience with barrel racing and still being like a beginner intermediate rider, like, all thanks to drills, 100%. Like, we had a perfect pattern. There's no reason that cannot transfer to other equestrian sports, including horse showing and reining. And so what I've been doing is drills on Diesel. I will warm up and then pick one or at the most two drills to work on during my ride. So I am, it's been working really, really well this past week, so hopefully that continues. So I'm going to go to work, get a full day in, and then we will head to the barn and I will show you one of the drills that I'm working on. So we're all saddled up and ready for our ride after gong show stuff happening at the ranch as usual. My husband had to take like a little trailer with a lawnmower on it somewhere, and the little trailer had a flat tire, and then the spare had issues, so we're not taking that trailer anywhere. So yeah, that was fun. But we are, yeah, all saddled up, ready to ride. I'm gonna show you guys one of the drills that I've been doing, and it's not what you would expect. So a little teaser there. Let's head up to the arena and get a ride in. So for this, I thought I would do a voiceover just because with me having a barrel in the arena, I have some explaining to do. So yes, we are using a barrel to help with my reining, which I know it's kind of a, what in the heck are you doing, Katrina? But barrel racing, there are so many drills that help with specifically perfect circles. And I thought, why can't I use that on my reining horse? There's no reason that I can't use barrel racing drills to help with my reining. And so what I've decided to do is just start with one of the simplest drills you can get, and that is just the one barrel drill. And there's lots of things that you can do with one barrel. I'm starting at very basic. You can definitely see here he is not collected by any means. What my only goal is to work on just having the perfect circle. Collection and having himself way up underneath himself will come with time as he builds more cardiovascular fitness, as he builds more strength in his top line and on his back end. Because it is a lot for a horse to carry itself nice and round and collected, especially when you start riding in smaller circles. So it's not what I'm concerned about right now. I know it will come. Right now, I just want to be able to put him on that circle and for him to stay there until I say otherwise. So I go back and forth between a lope and a jog, and that helps with keeping him a bit more perked up. Transitions tend to wake a horse up a bit, so I incorporate that into the drill as well, because if I just asked him to lope and lope and lope and lope, I'm going to end up having to nag him because he just doesn't want to go, and that's just part of his personality for sure. So I'm working on just micro adjustments that, like, if he is feeling like he's fading out, I will pull him a little bit in and then release. If he's fading to the inside, I will, use my inside leg, pick up with my reins a little bit and try to push him off my inside leg and pick up that shoulder. And of course, what you do in one direction, you got to make sure that you do in the other direction. I feel like Diesel works better this direction, so going clockwise. I think part of that is I've always struggled with Diesel keeping his right shoulder up underneath him when we're going counterclockwise. This way, he's a lot better, and I've worked really, really hard to get him nice and soft, flexing to the right, and I think all of that has kind of combined for this to be potentially his better side. He was also a bit more warmed up at this point, so that could have had something to do with it as well, that he was, working for me a bit better and that sort of a thing. But as you can see here, I feel like he's cooperating a bit better. He's still not collected by any means, and I'm not asking him for collection either. And again, I'm not worried about it. What I'm worried about right now is having the perfect circle. And so it's just those little micro adjustments to try and get him to stay on that circle until I say otherwise. And I'm also working on lateral flexion a ton. Depending on the day, he is good with this. Sometimes he's better than others. During certain parts of my ride, he's better than others. So just continually working on that until he is super, super, super soft, regardless of like how warmed up he is, which side I'm trying to flex, all of that sort of a thing. It's that consistency with a young horse that is very, very, very important. And now that we're moved into the new house and all that sort of a thing, I'm much more able to be consistent with him. And my plan is to continue to work on this one barrel drill and slowly build on it over time. Like I said, as he builds up more muscle, more stamina, all that sort of a thing. And as I get more softness from him laterally, the vertical flexion, the vertical roundness and collection will come. And so that was kind of my ride. I was really happy with how he worked today. He did good. It's a very welcome change from our plateau that we've been dealing with. So we will head back to the barn. Okay, so just want to give you a quick rundown of what happened in our ride. So I warmed up. That took 10 minutes, and I did a lot of just loose rein, walk, trot, lope, just to get muscles warmed up, get kind of a feel for what he was feeling like today. And then we went into the one barrel drill that you just saw. So I did that in each direction. I don't know, maybe took 5 minutes to work in each direction, taking a little bit of a break in between. And then I finished my ride with walk, trot, transitions. One of the struggles with Diesel is his personality and the fact that he's a lazy, quiet gelding. And in order to get him woken up a bit, transitions work dandy. It just gives him a bit of spice, makes him a bit more responsive to like, okay, I'm asking you to lope, let's go. So I ended with that and kind of wrapped up from there. And yeah, it was a good ride. I'm having so much fun tinkering with drills and just kind of not putting so much pressure on myself in terms of reining specifically right now. Like I've struck a really good balance, at least for this week. We'll kind of see how we go from here, but yeah, I'm having fun right now. He's working good. Another thing I'm trying to do right now, I'm riding for 1 extra minute every time I ride. So I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but if I'm riding 6 days a week, it does add up. And the purpose behind that is wanting to build up his conditioning, build up my fitness so that we can like long trot longer, lope longer, and just, get more in shape, because it is middle of July already. And I feel like we're not quite as fit as we should be by this point in the year. So kind of trying to accelerate that a bit. We'll be up to like a 45-minute ride in no time. So that's kind of where we're at. So I think I'll end the video there. If you guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts on like using drills and exercises from other disciplines to help you in your specific discipline. I think might be kind of rare to do barrel racing to help you with reining. It's a lot of the other way, reining help you to do barrel racing, but I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Put them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. If you haven't already, please be sure to follow me everywhere at Strong in the Saddle. And until next time, remember, it's always a good day to ride.